Okay, we're going to start this cycle. And we're going to let this run for a little while. If you notice the jacket pressure is coming down. All this steam is going in the chamber, so that pressure is coming out. We're going to let this cool down a little bit during the flush. That steam coming in, air and steam going out. You hear a little rumbling on the bottom. That's the condensate going through the red hose down to the water recovery system through the steam trap. Okay, so we're about down to about 22 psi on the jacket. I'm going to stop this and abort it and show you how you can actually get this restarted without the jacket actually even being ready. I'm going to abort it. I'm going to this is the cycle abort alarm. I'm going to reset that. I'm going to wait till the cycle finishes. Okay, the cycle's finished. I'm going to open the door, fully complete the cycle. Then I'm going to try to restart this. The jacket's not up to pressure yet. So I'm going to go back to the main menu. Sterilizer cycles, textile cycle. It's exposure 4-5, just what I want. I'm going to accept that. The 3 questions are check water level, check the chamber vent valve, and tighten the door. So we're ready to start. So I'm going to start it. And you'll notice the start goes away. And it tells you that the cycle is pending. What I can do now, it's not up to pressure yet. I've got it ready to start. It will start automatically. I can go off and do something else if I want to. It will start by itself here in a minute. When this comes up to about 28.5, the light will go off and it'll start itself. So we can just walk off right now. We'll wait here just for a second. This is nice in the very start of the morning when you just want to run a warm-up cycle to get things started. You can get this thing started and go off. 20 minutes later, the thing just starts by itself. So we have getting really close. We're at about 27.5, coming up to 28. And now we're about 28. And it starts by itself. So it's going to go into steam flush. It's going to run for 45 seconds. So we're on this line right now. We're going for this first peak. So after 45 seconds, we'll stop. And it's not really a predetermined pressure. We're in pressure control right now. It's on a timer. You can see the run screen shows 35 seconds. It tells you what cycle you're in, which is textile 4-5, where you are in the cycle. We're getting ready to hit 45. So we've hit 45, and now it says we're in vacuum 1 of 3. That's this line here. We're going from 1A to 1B. It's trying to find, it's under pressure control, it's trying to find 10 inches of mercury. So it's pulling down, you can see it here also in the manual gauge, it's pulling down to 0. It's going to go down to 10 inches of mercury. The temperature and the pressure that you see, or what's going on in the chamber, has nothing to do with the jacket. It's all what's going on in the chamber. So we're at about 7 inches of mercury, 8. As soon as it hits roughly 10, it's going to switch and go down to 10. So now it's switched. We're in steam 1 of 2. So we're climbing up, and again, still in pressure control. We're looking for 23 psi. So we're going to pressure up until it hits 23. And that'll be this one seam right here. This is steam 1 of 2. This pressure pulse takes a little bit longer than the other ones. There's so much air still left in there, it takes a longer time for air to pressurize and to heat up. Part of the whole pre-vac cycle, as we mentioned before, is to heat things up. This is heating it up, giving it time to get there. All the steam's trying to work its way into the instruments. So just about there, we're 21. You can see the jacket and the pressure are at the same pressure. It's doing everything it can. Temperature's already at 257 degrees. We're getting really close to this peak here. So we've hit 23. Now we're in vacuum 2 of 3. We're starting to pull down on this line here. We're coming down from 1C down to 1D. So that's the second vacuum pulse. The first vacuum pulse is trying to pull down to 10 inches of mercury. The second vacuum pulse is going to pull down to roughly 14. The last one will be 18. You get progressively deeper as you go. You're pulling more and more of that air out. So this is seeking 14 inches of mercury. Okay, so we hit 1D, so we hit our 14 inches of mercury, and now we're climbing back up. We're at 19 psi. We're on the steam 2 of 2, so this is the last steam pulse during pre-vac. We're going from 1D up to 1E, so we're looking for 23 psi. The less air that's in there, the faster these pulses go. So as soon as we hit 23, we'll be right at the top of this peak here. Okay, so we hit 23 psi. Now we're moving down the curve down to 1F. 1F is 18 inches of mercury, so it's the final vacuum pulse. So it's vacuum 3 of 3. This is the last chance to get any air out of the chamber. When we come down here to 1F, that'll be the very end of the official pre-vac section. Okay, we're at 17 inches of mercury, so we're almost down here. Alright, so we hit 18, and now we've switched from a pre-vac mode to the heat-up mode, so now we're in heat-up. This is the last chance for everything to get up to temperature. It's now switched from pressure control over to temperature control. There's an RTD in the drain of the chamber, and that's what's actually controlling it. So what it's looking for right now is 273 degrees. The range, once it hits about 270, it's a 270 cycle. Once it hits 270, it's going to start stabilizing, and it's going to stabilize for about a minute and a half. So after a minute and a half, it should be well within that range, very, very close to 273. But once it hits 273 and finishes stabilization, we're starting to exposure. We're going to take a break here while it heats up. We'll be right back. Okay, so we're at 269 degrees Fahrenheit and 28 psi inside the chamber. So at 270, once it gets a little above 270, it's going to go into stabilization right there. And you can see we're at about 9 minutes and 25 seconds into the cycle. Stabilization is going to take about a minute and a half. What you'll see is the temperature will keep rising above 273, even though it's seeking 273. It'll rise above 273, might go to 274, maybe 275, and it'll start coming down. It should stabilize at about 273. The Bowie-Dick test is a little bit different. It seeks about 274, but all the other cycles are 273. You'll kind of get used to the pressure and the temperature combination. 273 and 30 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm sorry, 273 Fahrenheit and 30 psi is about right. If you're way off of that, something's wrong. Way off as in 5 psi. This is at a certain altitude. Your altitude may be different, so that might be a little off. But you'll kind of get used to where you are and what those normal numbers will be. Alright, so we've ended the stabilization phase. We started exposure, and we started a 4-minute countdown timer. 4 minutes because we told it to do a 4-minute exposure. So we're at 273, 30 psi, very normal. So we're going to, right now, it's actually in its mode of sterilizing everything in there. The conditions are right, the pressure's right, the temperature's right, everything's heated up, so all the conditions are right inside to sterilize. So we'll be right back. This is going to take about 4 minutes. We'll come back right before it's over. Okay, so we're back. There's about 10 minutes left in exposure. It has, I'm sorry, 10 seconds left in exposure. Still 273, 30 psi, so it's going to be a good run. All right, so on our chart, we've finished exposure, and now we're into the dry phase. We started here, and now we're on our way down to number 4. The vacuum is coming from the water recovery system. It's going to try to pull as hard as it can for the time that we told it to. We told it 5 minutes. So it started a 5-minute countdown timer. You see the temperature's coming down, the pressure's coming down. What's happening is it's cooling everything off. It's going to start with a deep vacuum. It's going to flash dry a lot of things. So you don't have any steam at all when you open the door. This is going to take about 5 minutes, so we'll be back in a few, and we'll show you where we are. Okay, so we're back to the dry. We've got about 15 seconds left. We're really close to the end of dry, at the bottom down here. As soon as it finishes, we're going to vent the chamber, and we'll go from here up to here, and then the cycle will be finished. You can tell we're about 24, 25 inches of mercury. So the dry is finished now, and it's pulling in air through the HEPA filter to make sure that you're not pulling in contamination onto the sterile instruments. So we're on the curve right here, ending up right at 0 psi so that we can open and access the chamber. Right, so we're getting close. It's about 3 inches. There's 2 inches of mercury. We'll get pretty close to 0, and then it'll finish. Should get a green light and 1 beep. Right, so there's our 1 beep and our green light. We get a log that shows, again, the unit ID of 4, the date and the time that it started. It was a textile 4 or 5 cycle. System is normal. What that means is you have a successful cycle. The total cycle time was 21 minutes and 0 seconds. The exposure time was 4 minutes and 1 second. It also shows the minimum and maximum exposure temperature. In this case, it was 272.6 to 273.5. It shows the minimum and maximum exposure pressure. In this case, 29.5 with a maximum of 30.3. So all that can be written down in your log for history. We have left and right arrows. The log will actually hold 40 events, whether they're abort, an alarm, or a successful cycle or performance test. Any of those are events, any log events. So you can go back in time if you forgot to write something down. So that's what these guys are for. So you can go backwards, you can go forwards, back to where you were. If you have to, say you left it in this condition and you needed to get into here, there's a vent button, and you can vent. Start the water recovery system and try to pull a slot vacuum, and then it will relieve the vacuum. So you can hit that at any time if you need to get into the door. If you try to go to the main menu without opening the door, you'll get an error. Well, it's a message that says, after the chamber is vented, please open the door to continue. That's to remind you to open the door and get the contents out. So we're going to open the door. You notice when I open the door, the green light goes out. That's the true end of cycle. I'm not going to take anything out. Everything's really hot.